Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media account. Also, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. I know this past week, if you hear my voice cracking, I'm getting sick again. What else is new? I really rarely get sick, but this year I've been getting sick a lot for some reason. But anyways, I got 19 wins and 5 losses for a win rate of 79.17%, which is below my weekly goal of 85%. So yeah, I like to try to get at least 80 to 85, but I definitely came in under that. But the week before I was like at 62 or 63, I don't really remember, but I did improve a little bit from last week, but I also took more trades too, so that definitely helped. Got trapped a few times. We'll go over that when we get through the trades, but yeah, with that said, I'll just get into the trades. So trade ideas room on Monday. I said what was the date on Monday? 28th. Amazon calls over 94.50 and SPY puts under 398.50. Oh, I don't even get my Twitter page pulled up to see the timestamps. Yeah, this me being sick again is taking a toll on me again. So just bear with me. Hopefully everything's working right. Let's see, the 28th. Okay, I took Amazon calls at open on the 28th right here. As you can see, where's the 28th right here, right on the hourly? Yeah, it's got a cup and handle, and you got a cup right here and a handle, and it broke over this 94 95 level, which is right here, pre-market high. Why didn't I pick 94.50? Got the right day. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just went off this right here. I probably went off the hourly, the pivot right here. You can see the resistance right here and support right here. So 95 was a pivot, but yeah, as soon as it broke over 95, I grabbed 94 calls at $2.33, and they went from 233 to 330. So I got almost $1 play out of Amazon. Then it lost everything. I think this was this was the day that they came out and said that they had the most. They had record sales ever for the weekend for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So that's why I grabbed puts right after the 95 level. So then I took SPY call, actually SPX. Took SPX puts. See, I took SPX puts at what time? 10:24, which should be right about. Right, looks like I took it here. Yeah, I took the 39.90 puts at 7:10, and I got them at 9:24. So it was in this candle. I probably bought it, up here right when it broke through VWAP. They did go from 710 to 840, so I probably bought it down here more underneath. In fact, I think I did buy it underneath this 10-minute candle right here, and so you can see the wick right there. So yeah, I don't think I grabbed it up here. I think I waited and grabbed it down here. But anyways, they went from 710 to 840, got a $1.30 move out of that. So nice little play out of that. Then the last play I took was, I didn't take that many trades on Monday. I only took 3 trades. I took calls at what, 11:32, 11:42, which is right here. Came down, broke lower day, got bought back up. Then it got all these little wick consolidation candles right here. But once it broke over this 398.80 level, that's where I grabbed the 4,000 calls at 520, and they went from 520 to 740 on that play right there. So that was a nice little play. One of the things that, well, I'll get into that when we get to Friday, but there's been a lot of fake outs, but this day was pretty clean as far as plays. I'm not sure what this candle was. I don't really remember. I've had so much cold medicine in the last couple of days that my mind is kind of like, I can't really think that clearly. But Tuesday, the 29th, Trade Ideas Room, I said Amazon calls over 95. Actually, no, sorry. I said Amazon calls over 94.50. They, not 95. So, yeah, I kind of go back to Amazon for Monday. I did call 94.50, so I thought I did. Yeah, because that's the perfect level right there, 94.50, rounded up. Yeah, so I didn't grab at 95. It was the next day I looked at. I grabbed at 95, so let me see. Right here, 95. Didn't even break it. 95 was the pre-market high. Well, pre-market high was 94, 93, but I round up for a nice solid round number. So yeah, I grabbed the 94.50. That's where I grabbed that level off pre-market high, and the same thing right here. I like to round up on pre-market because you know, if it's strong enough, it's going to break the level. If it's not, then it's just not going to. The only time I get really, really specific is like during like little consolidation areas. So so yeah, I said on Tuesday Amazon calls over 95, which it didn't happen. Then SPY puts under 385, which did end up happening. 395, sorry. Struggling today. 395 is rate. Well, pre-market low is right there. 395 is a the day before. So I got puts at 944. So what happened was it didn't break the 95 area yet. We did that over here, but when it put in a red candle, I took puts on the next low for a continuation down. So I grabbed the 39.50 puts at $7, and they went from $7 to $7.70. That little drop right there, not much. Then I grabbed calls at 10.50, which was rate. $10.50. I grabbed it. I think I grabbed it up here, up towards the 397 area, and then it dumped on me right afterwards. As soon as I got in, it dumped on me. I had no chance to even react. I don't remember what it was that caused this, but yeah, there's some news that happened, and yeah, because I was expecting we got a push up. And it kind of consolidated a little bit. Then it started to look like it was going to break 397 right here. Well, it did technically a little bit. And I thought we were going to pop. And as soon as I get in, it just flushed. It had news dropped. I don't remember what it was. So I ended up taking a loss on those 39.80 calls. I got at 640. It wasn't in with much size. I didn't really play with much size at all this week. So then I took puts at 12.20. Which is right here. Yeah, right here. I didn't want to chase this. I could have. I think I remember saying that I wanted to chase it, but I didn't. So I waited, and when it popped up and it came back down, I grabbed puts right here. Grabbed what? The 39.50 puts at 8.50, and they went from 8.50 to 10.80. So they got a $2 move plus off that. Then it popped back up. I grabbed puts again at 12.37, which is rate 12.37 right here. I waited. I got it right at VWAP. It looks like the 20 EMA. Got the 39.50 puts at $7 this time, and then went from $7 to $10. So got a $3 move out of that. Then I switched to calls at 156, which is rate here. As you can see, it made a nice little bounce off the bottom of the 393 level, well, 393.50, rejected 20 EMA, pulled back, then when it quickly came back to it, I was thinking, okay, we're going to get a nice push out of it, so I grabbed the 39.50 calls at 770, and they went from 770 to $17 if you held all the way through, so it was a nice little push through VWAP, plus it was making a higher low, And so we've got a nice little cup and handle right here, and the break was right over the 20 EMA, right over the 395 level, pushed through VWAP. And lately, oh sorry, I started the cough. Lately, VWAP has been like having strong pushes for the last couple weeks. It doesn't act as resistant nearly as much as it does sometimes. It did right here, but sometimes when it wants to go through VWAP, it just pushes through violently. So I mean, it's like a hit or miss. But I was kind of looking at it from the point of view that it was going to. I mean, if it didn't, oh well. But it did work out. But I mean, if I took it here, it wouldn't have worked out. But it was actually making a higher low right here too. So, but yeah. Anyways, this was a strong push. Ended up doing pretty good on that play. That was a 100% move if you held all the way through. So definitely a good play on that. Then on the 30th, I did not do so well. I kept trying to guess the top. Yeah, I kept trying to guess the top, but we'll get into that. We'll get into it. I took traded Israel on the 30th. It was on calls of 97, 93, 75, and SPY puts under 385. 385 is rate. 385. I must have meant 395. Yeah, I definitely meant 395. Wow, I didn't even change that, but whatever. Let's see, I took it at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I took it at 10 o'clock. Okay, so we have 395 level. I waited. I didn't grab the first 10 minutes. I waited. I didn't grab it here or here. I waited when it actually did break this area. So at 10 o'clock, this is where I grabbed it. I grabbed the 395 puts at $2.33. SPX was too expensive because Powell was speaking at that conference or whatever was going on. I can't remember the name of it. But so I had to go with SPY. So I went from 233 to 277. Then I switched to puts again. I still had puts, 395 puts at 1046, which is right here. Yeah, I got it right here. I got the 395 puts at 259, and it dumped a little bit. So I went from 259 to 281. So that ended up working out just a little bit. Then I switched to calls at actually, I didn't do anything until 1:30. 1:30. Yeah, right here, right when it broke over higher day, I chased it. I grabbed the 4,000 calls at 680, and they went from I didn't even get that right on there. They went from 680 to 1210. It looks like, yeah, 1210, and I didn't want to. I probably bought it up here. I didn't want to chase this move, but this was just so. These are the kind of days I don't do very well because this SPY gets really ridiculous, and when it's been having these tight ranges like right here and the day before, I mean, well, it's not really that tight. 401 to. That's a $5 range, and 397 to that's a $4 range. So when you're going from 393 to 408, well, let's say 407, that's a $14 range. It's just extreme, and I didn't think that market was gonna really move that much. So I broke higher day. I grabbed the calls, and they went, like I said, from 680 to 1210. And the point I was trying to make was that when you have these strong days, I tend to try to guess the top, and I shouldn't do that. And I try to get better at not doing that. But sometimes you just look at it saying, okay, this has had such a huge run. We're going to have a massive pullback. You don't want to miss the massive pullback. And it just keeps going and going. This is when Powell was more dovish and saying that they were thinking about tapering the rates, slowing them down, which is going to be stupid because they do that. Inflation is gonna rage again, hardcore. So, anyways, then I took puts at 207, which is right here. No, right here, right at the RCT trend line. I took the 4010 puts at 750, which is right here, right when it hit the RCT trend line. I got a little bit of a reaction. They went from 750 to 980, so we got a nice little move right there. Then I ended up grabbing puts again. I can't see because I blended. What was the time on this one? 213. 213. So when it broke higher day, I grabbed it right up at 213 right here. I got it in this red candle right here. I'm not quite sure why I didn't sell it, because I got a little bit of a drop right there. 213. It's possible I got it down here more. Yeah, I probably got it down here. It was kind of stupid for me to grab it. I shouldn't have grabbed that. These are the kind of days that I just don't do well, like I said. So I kind of grabbed it right in here, and it did drop, but it didn't drop where I got in. I just got it at the wrong place. So taking a small loss on that. I got the 4010 puts at $8.30. I wasn't playing anything big, especially on days like this, because I know days like this I do really bad. So even though I still try to guess the top sometimes, and I try to avoid it. That's why I tell people in the room to not to guess the top. What I've been doing lately is waiting for the first 10-minute candle to turn red, and grab the next grab puts on the next low in the next candle, which is what I should have done right here, and I would have had a good play, but I didn't do that. But I did on Friday. But anyways, I took a loss there. Then I grabbed puts at 243, which is right here. 243, right here. I did take it right here. I thought I did. The 40-30 puts at 880. Yeah, took him at 880, and then went from 880 to 11. I thought I took it here. I remember taking it here. I just, for some reason, I thought it was the 40-10 puts I grabbed right here. That was the ones that I didn't know. It was these ones I got down here more, and then it popped more. Then when it made these two red candles, this is when I grabbed the next 40-30 puts at 880. That went to 11. So I did grab that correctly. I did do this one correctly, but the next one I tried to grab puts at 327, which was right here. Right here. I don't know why I grabbed it here. 405. Let's see if I can go out to like the 4 hour. See if I can see something different. There's a reason why I grabbed it there, I think. Not unless I was just... No, 403. Maybe that's where I grabbed the 403. Yeah, that's why I grabbed the 403 right there. Right there. But no, I don't know why. I grabbed it in this area right here. 405. Because the line is up here. The trend line. There's nothing really there. Let's see if there's anything on the daily. No. 200 EMAs down here. I'm not quite sure why I grabbed it there, but I shouldn't have grabbed it there. But anyways, I did grab it here. The 40-50 puts at $2.50. I was probably thinking end of the day dump, which was, at this point of the day where it went from 393 to 405. I thought for sure we would get an end of the day dump, but we didn't. I mean, $2.50 is not much to gamble, so I was willing to make that gamble. I even said that I was taking an end of the day gamble, and that's literally what it was the end of the day gamble. So it didn't work out, but it is what it is. Then on the first, God, my voice is doing terrible. Trade ideas room on the first. SPY calls over 410. Amazon puts under 96. 410 is pre-market high, but because we pulled back, we had a green candle and it broke this 409.22 area or 25 area. This is where I grabbed the 41.10 calls at 660. and then went from 660 to 840 in that push right there. Then I grabbed puts at 1001, which is right here. When it popped up, it rejected, came back down to lower day. I grabbed the 4080 puts at 860, and they went from 860 to $30 if he held all the way through. That was a monster play, a harsh rejection off the trend line. Then I grabbed puts again at 1053, which is right here off the rejection of VWAP and the 20 EMA. So I grabbed the 4065 puts at $8, and they went from $8 to $13.60. Then I switched to calls at 1226, which is right here. And rejected VWAP, popped back up, rejected VWAP. I didn't take it there. I thought about it. I rejected. When it came back up, I grabbed it this time. I grabbed the 4080 calls at 630, and they went from 630 to 950 on that push through VWAP. See what I mean? The VWAP has just been, you get strong pushes through it. It does reject once in a while, but sometimes when it does want to get stupid, it just rage through VWAP, and it just did that on that one and the other play that I talked about. Then I grabbed calls again at 218, which is right here. Same thing. It went through VWAP, came back under, pushed up, back under, came right quickly back through it again. This is where I grabbed the 4075 calls at 650, and it went from 650 to 790 on that push right there. So plus you're having higher lows, ascended triangle, VWAP was the neckline. So it was making higher lows, see higher low, higher low, higher low. Actually, this is the low of the day, higher low, then higher low, then it pushed. So definitely a decent play on that. So now on what, Friday? God, my voice sounds terrible. I'm talking a lot. It's probably making it worse. Friday, let's see what I do. Struggled on this day a little bit too. Traded Israel, SPY puts under 450, which is down here. It dropped because of the news on unemployment rate or hourly or both. I don't remember that. They were good, which usually means that the Fed could possibly raise rates higher than what they're anticipating, and the market freaked out, and it just rebounded, recovered like nothing happened, which kind of blew my mind. I mean, I expect, when you have a massive dump like this, to have an opening candle or two rebound to squeeze out the shorts. But usually you end up dropping. But it's just crazy how the market just ignored what happened, and we got the strong. I should have grabbed calls here. I should have known that this was going to happen, because I usually call almost every single time. But I thought the market was going to freak out more because of the rates, and because we had this huge run up for Powell being dovish. So this kind of contradicted what he said the other day. So I thought, okay, we were going to just dump, but it didn't happen. So it popped. We had this red candle right here. I grabbed it too soon. I should have waited down here underneath the 402 level. For some reason, I grabbed it sooner. I grabbed the 40-30 puts at 720. Didn't work out. It popped on me. Then I switched to calls at, I didn't grab it right here. I grabbed it at 1101, which is right 1101 right here. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I didn't grab it here. Yeah, I waited for up here. I grabbed it, get it pulled up, had a nice little breakout right here over this 404.70 level. Then it got harshly taken down. Then it came back down to this 403.50 level. I thought for sure we were going to break through VWAP and go down to the 402. This is where I grabbed the 40-30 puts at 720. Then it just popped. Then I switched to calls at 128, which is right here. Popped up, came back down, went underneath the 20 EMA. So I grabbed it when it broke over the 405 level. Grabbed the 40-50 calls at 730, and they went from 730 to 1050 in that push right there. Then it came back down, and I grabbed puts at 210, which is right here. And I thought, okay, this it got me right here. It trapped me right here. I decided that if I was going to grab puts again, I was going to wait for a lower high, which we got the lower high right here. So I thought, oh, for sure, we got a little bounce right here. Then we made a lower high. We came back down to the 404.50 level that we were going to break this time. So I grabbed the 40.50 puts at $6.60, and it popped. I thought for sure that we were going to get a good move right here because of the lower high. Usually you do, but the SPY has just been ridiculous with traps and stuff like that. So it just didn't work out. Then I took puts again at 315, which is right at the PDC, right a little above it. I think that this is where I said I'm waiting for the first 10-minute candle to form, which I didn't. I didn't wait for the first 10-minute candle to form red because this one I got it at 315, which would have been this candle. So I got it right underneath the 407 area. Anyways, I grabbed the 40.75 puts at 560, and then went from 560 to 560 to 850. So, but initially I said that I might have said it in the challenge account that I'll wait for the first 10-minute red candle, and when that formed, that I would grab puts at the next low. I think it was the challenge account that I said that in, but I did grab it right here in the main account. So that was a nice little play, and I thought we were going to get a bigger dump, but SPY has just been so ridiculous. Every time it drops, it gets bought up quickly, so it just ends up being a fake out. So I'm glad we did, because it bounced right up to 20 EMA and it pushed again. So kind of a ridiculous move, but it's just crazy how it had a huge rebound after the morning news, like nothing happened. But anyways, that's going to do it for the recap, and thanks for watching.